Well, hello, and welcome to Mr. Dawkins' chemistry class. This is Chemistry 1, College Station High School. So this is just our introductory PowerPoint. Nothing too crazy here, and I'm still trying to mess around with this video making app, so if I mess up, no worries there either. So, no seating chart to begin the class. I'm going to let you guys pick your seats, and then eventually I'll kind of sort out the students who need to be moved around. You picked up a few handouts. There was a calendar that has the whole first 6 weeks listed with all the assignments and labs. There was a syllabus. There was some guidelines for my class, and there were a few. There was a couple forms that will need to be signed. There's a lab safety. And a syllabus agreement form, which we'll talk about later. So when you walked in, had you also pick up a index card. In fact, I should probably say that this is not an information sheet, but it's an information card. That'll be kind of the first thing that, it'll allow me to get to know you as a student better, and also the first few weeks, if I'm questioning students, I can just randomly pull a card, and I think that'll be a great way to ask you guys questions. So I'll say it once here, and I'll probably say it again before the PowerPoint ends, but there are two forms that will need to be signed this first day as homework. One is the lab safety contract, which we got from the Flynn website. And then also there is a syllabus agreement form. So in the past they've required a spiral notebook, but here I'm going to let you guys choose. I ask that you bring a binder or a folder. Whatever you guys feel is necessary for you to keep track with your notes and your assignments. It doesn't matter to me, but I will require that you come to class every day with something to hold your notes in. If you bring a binder or a folder, I will provide scratch paper, notebook paper that you can write on for notes and things like that. I don't mind, but I'd ask that you provide the binder or folder. If you have a graphing calculator, I ask that you bring it to class. Right now we only have 20. We only have 20 in the cabinets, so some students may not have them. We may have to share, but if you bring your own, you may not have to share. You can use your own, so that'd be great. A lot of our homework that we do throughout the semester may require an online calculator, so we also suggest that you can also find one online at Google. If you just search for online graphing calculator, you'll be able to find one there. Goggles, we'll be selling those, and I'm going to remind you guys throughout the week, so don't worry about it too much now, but you'll need ones. Either $5 new if you want new goggles, or you can pay $2, and I actually think that this is going to be just $1. Also, every day I ask that you come ready with a pen and a pencil. That would be great. I will provide extra pencils, but they're the old-fashioned ones that break all the time, and I don't know if you guys are going to want that. So a little bit about grading. We have two different types of grades. We have academic achievement, which are things like tests and lab reports. Usually these will be projects as well, which is not listed. And then we also have academic practice, which we have homework, labs, and quizzes. Now you'll notice that test, it says ×2, and then here ×1. That just means that tests are counted twice as much as the lab reports, and I believe projects are also this ×2 as well. For the academic practice, homeworks are ×1, labs count twice, and then quizzes are a little bit more, and they count 3 times. So your lowest daily grade is dropped. per 6 weeks. If I suspect any cheating going on in the classroom, it is my discretion, and I am allowed to give zeros. I would hopefully not want to give any zeros, but I do take academic dishonesty very seriously. And as far as late work goes in my class, I actually have a little bit different policy here. So if it's 1 day late, then the max is 90. And then it's 10 points each day after that. So 2 days, it would be an 80. And then 3 days, it would be a 70. So each day out of the week, our science department offers tutorials, and I highly recommend that you attend these if you're really feeling that you're getting behind in the material. I will be there Monday mornings at 7:45 a.m. until school starts, and then also Thursday from when school ends, 3:50 to 5 o'clock. Our AP Chem teacher, Miss Aiken, she sends some of her tutors into our class to help anyone who may be struggling with the material, since they've already gone through Chem 1 and they're in this advanced chemistry. So if you need one of them, there are tutoring request forms. And they're yellow, and they're in my shelf right when you walk into my doorway, and you just grab one of those, fill it out, and you turn it into me. And then I will hook that up for you. So school policy has it that when you are absent, if it's an excused absent, then you have the number of days you are absent plus 1 day to turn in an assignment. So if you were out 2 days, then you would have 3 days once you got back to return the assignment. Another example, if you were out on Monday, and since you missed 1 day, you'd get 2 days, so you wouldn't have to turn it in until Wednesday of that week. Also, if you miss the day before a test, this is kind of an exception, but you will have to take the test on the day you get back. There's no, you don't just get extra days to make up a test like that. School policy, not mine, but I follow it because I respect it. And when you are turning in makeup assignments, then please let me know that you're turning in an assignment that was missed. Otherwise, I may assume that you're turning it in late if I didn't know you were absent. Yeah, so that's that. Same thing goes for labs. If you miss a lab, these are a little more tricky because there's glassware and chemicals that need to be put out. So you're going to have to schedule this with me either ahead of time or after you get back. And we'll have to schedule a time for you to come in either before school or after school. Advocate, there's not a whole lot of time to do a lab. With tests, again, if you're going to be absent and you know it, please let me know so that we can already schedule a time for you to take your test before the test date. If not, then same thing, you'll have to contact me in order to schedule when you're going to take your test. Just a few classroom rules. Number one, right up front, is respect each other, and you guys hear that a whole lot. But really that's what I want from you guys, and not just me, respecting your peers and your classmates. Not everyone's going to have a good day when they come in, and we need to be mindful of that. Also, I would hope that you guys respect me, but I know I need to earn that from you guys, and vice versa. But respect goes a long way, especially in school. Number two, follow instructions the first time that they are given. Hopefully this won't be too big of an issue, but if I'm telling you guys to stop the lab and maybe put up materials, I hope that you guys would follow instructions the first time they're given, because I'm trying to maintain a tight schedule sometimes. We need to get through some material, and that'll just make for an efficient and effective classroom. Number 3, don't touch scientific equipment or chemicals unless permission is given. Guys, this is not just because I think you guys are reckless, but it's also for your safety. If you guys are touching some base or acid, it could damage your clothes and it could get into your skin. It could come in contact with other kids, and so we just don't want that. Number 4, be in your assigned seat when the tardy bell rings. You must bring pen, pencil, paper, notebook, assignments, and calculator. Basically, just be on time and have the materials that you need to be successful that day. And the last one, refrain from disruptive talking and behavior. I know you guys like to talk, and that's okay. I was a talker in high school, so I don't mind a little bit of a noise. But when it gets too much for effective learning, then I'm going to have to calm it down a little bit. So I have decided not to use Remind 101, but instead I'm using Twitter. And you can follow me at CSHS Chem1. And my website you can find on the syllabus. It's a little long to type out the URL. There's also a QR code on the syllabus that you can scan. And this little bit about the book work. We do not have a class set of textbooks yet, so don't really worry about that too much. So just a quick recap, and it's very short, but you have 2 things that will be due tomorrow. The first is the lab safety. And the second one is the syllabus agreement. Sorry about my terrible handwriting. It's not easy to write with this stylus. But that's the only thing. Those are both due, so make sure you get those turned in for credit. Other than that, thanks for watching, and hope we're ready for a great year.